What if everything that you knew about money, what if it's just a lie? What if the very system that you trust, the one that you've been told to rely on, the one that actually dictates your wages, your savings, your retirement, was designed to work against you? We just need to look around. We work harder than ever before. You earn more, you save more, you invest more, and yet, despite all our best efforts, we're still behind. Prices rise, your paycheck, it stretches thinner each year. You used to dream of owning a home, but now that feels impossible. How the hell did we get here in this time in human history? They tell you it's just the way things are. Inflation's normal. Wages, they take time to adjust. The stock market eventually, it's going to even out. But deep down, we know something's not right, because if it was just bad luck, it wouldn't happen. Generation after generation after generation. It wouldn't happen every single time. But what if I told you it's not bad luck? It's the system. It's been rigged from the start. A system built not to help you grow, but to keep you running, forever chasing, forever paying, forever falling behind. Let's talk about theft, not the kind with a gun or a getaway car. No, this is the kind, it just happens in broad daylight. It happens quietly, legally, right under your nose. It's called inflation. Every time a central bank, they turn on the money printer, your savings lose value. Not because you spent it, not because you made a bad investment, but because they decided to create more currency. More dollars, more euros, more yen, more peso. And when they create more, the money that you already hold becomes worth less and less and less. Now tell me, who actually benefits from this? It's not the single mother working 2 jobs to afford groceries. It's not the young graduate crushed by the student loans. It's not the retiree trying to stretch a fixed income in a world where rent, food, medicine keep costing more each year. The people who benefit are the ones closest to the money printer. The ones who get the fresh supply first, the quintillionaire, the ones who don't hold cash, but they own assets, stocks, real estate, entire corporations. They print, they buy, and then they own. And you and me, we just work harder. We pay more and wonder why we're never getting ahead. They tell you, just invest in the market. They tell you, buy a home. They tell you, save for retirement. But when the game itself is rigged, how can you ever win? Do you really think these people who built this system are just going to let you beat them at their own game? It doesn't happen like that. Of course not. Never. Not in a million years. You're never supposed to win. But what if there is another way? What if there's a way to opt out, to be able to escape, to be able to exit their fiat matrix? If we go back to 2009, someone or maybe a group of people under the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, they did something extraordinary. They created Bitcoin, a decentralized, deflationary currency, a monetary system outside the reach of governments and central banks. It's a currency with a fixed supply, 21 million coins, no more, no less. Unlike the endless money printing of fiat money, Bitcoin can't be manipulated, cannot be inflated. It does not bend to the whims of the politicians or central bankers. And for that reason alone, they laughed at it. They called it a joke, a scam, a passing trend. Governments, they just dismissed it. The banks, they ignored it. And the media, well, they ridiculed it. Yet here we are. 16 years later, Bitcoin has outlasted every single critic, except maybe Peter Schiff and a couple of dinosaurs. It has survived financial collapses, government bans, exchange failures, hacks, oh my God, Operation Choke Point 2.0, the crackdowns. It's been declared dead more than 400 times, and yet it's still here. Why? How is this? Because Bitcoin, it solves the problem. The huge, gigantic problem. For the first time in history, we have money that isn't controlled by a single entity, belongs to no government, no corporation, no central bank. Bitcoin, it belongs to you. Bitcoin, it's digital property. It's this incredible monetary system built on cryptographic truth, instead of political promises. And most importantly, like the best bit, Bitcoin, it's unstoppable. It doesn't care about borders. It does not care about politics. It doesn't care whether the system approves. Bitcoin, it doesn't ask for permission. Bitcoin does not need permission. And that's exactly why they fear it. If Bitcoin's so worthless, why do they fight so hard against it? If Bitcoin's just this fad, why do the governments try to ban it? If it's just a speculative bubble, why do the central banks scramble to create their own digital currencies? They say it's about regulation. They say it's about safety. They say it's about financial stability. But the truth is so much simpler. It's about control. They control money, they control you. When the government controls the money, they can control what you can buy. They can control who you can send money to. They control how much you can withdraw from the ATM system. They say privacy is dangerous. They say cash, it's obsolete. There is no need. They say financial freedom, it's a threat. And you know what? I agree. They're right. Bitcoin, it is a threat. It's the greatest threat. A threat to the central bankers that profit from endless debt. It's a threat to the politicians who fund their empires with printed money. A threat to the corporations that rely on inflation to keep you working for less. But Bitcoin, it just does not care. It doesn't play by their rules. It doesn't freeze accounts. It doesn't print more when the powerful ask for it. It doesn't favor one person over another. It's just pure monetary truth. And that terrifies them. And it should. Because the moment you opt out of their broken system, the moment that you just decide to store your wealth in something that they cannot control, you get to take your power back. And unfortunately, they can't allow that. They will not allow it because free people, they're uncontrollable, ungovernable. Will you take the red pill? Now the question turns to you. Do you still trust the system? Do you believe the politicians who tell you everything is fine, it's peachy, it's beautiful? Do you believe the media when they say inflation is under control? Or do you believe the banks that keep telling you to keep saving, keep working, keep playing their game? Or maybe you believe in something else, something a little bit greater than ourselves, something they cannot print, something they cannot seize, something they cannot inflate away. Because here's the truth, Bitcoin, it doesn't need you. Unfortunately, it doesn't need me. It will continue whether you embrace it or not, block by block, transaction by transaction. But you do need Bitcoin. Not because of the price, not because of short-term gains. It's not about that. But because of what Bitcoin represents, of what Bitcoin is. It's a financial system. It's not rigged against you. It's a store of value, not manipulated by the few. Bitcoin, it's that path to financial sovereignty. And with that sovereignty, it does come with great responsibility because Bitcoin does not wait for the masses to understand. Bitcoin does not beg for permission to exist. Bitcoin, it simply just is. The only question, are you going to claim your stake in it? Now, you're standing at a crossroads. Are you going to continue to play the game by their rules, knowing that that game is actually rigged? Will you keep trusting the same system that has robbed every generation before you? Or are you going to take control back into your own life? Will you break free from inflation, from silent theft, from endless manipulation? Are you just going to choose financial sovereignty? Will you choose Bitcoin? Not because somebody told you to, not because it's trending, but because you understand, because you see, because you refuse to be a pawn in their game any longer. This decision, it's all yours. This is your stand. What will you choose? If you've still got your Bitcoin on an exchange or you're looking to take your Bitcoin security to the next level, I've partnered with the Bitcoin Way. They offer live help for setting up cold storage, running your own node, keeping your Bitcoin private, planning for the future, using multi-sig, and so much more. They never touch your keys. They will not touch your coins. Instead, they'll show you how to buy and keep them safe. If you want to make your Bitcoin setup safer, you can book a free 30-minute call and have a chat with them. Safe Dina Moose, the author of the Bitcoin Standard, Natalie Brunel, Preston Pish, and so many more recommend the professional IT cybersecurity team. Couple of outstanding things here. You can see they've been featured in Forbes, Bitcoin Magazine, Bitcoin Prague, Zero Hedge, Simply Bitcoin, the Bitcoin Safe Dean, the Bitcoin Standard podcast with Safe Dina Moose, Bitcoin News, obviously G'day Bitcoin for a long time. They're the world experts in helping people become self-sovereign. It's not just about protecting your Bitcoin stash. Yes, they will help you do that in a very easy to understand step-by-step process. But from there, they can help you secure your data. They are your personal cybersecurity IT experts. And then step number 3 is getting a second passport, a Plan B residency. The team, very cheap, very affordable for people that are looking to take their sovereignty to the next level. You can find out more about their services. When you first log in to their website as well, they have got a free 3-minute quiz to allow you to check if you are doing your cybersecurity, your setup correctly. I urge everyone to jump onto the bitcoinway.com. I have put a link into the description for everyone. Could not recommend them enough. I've used them personally before I ever partnered with them for the channel, friends and family. They asked me to help them out. I'm like, go to the world experts. That is the Bitcoin way. So reach out to the Bitcoin way today.